Good evening, all and sundry, and welcome to this week's instalment of Theatre De Phe Nix. Happy Trans Visibility Day to you all. For all the trans viewers, I see you. I see you, and you're gorgeous. You keep being you. Also, keep in mind that if you're a trans viewer and you are playing Dungeons & Dragons today, remember to roll your stealth checks with disadvantage. Now, what is Theatre De Phe Nix? Well, for over a year now, I have gathered some of the most available talent in theatre and comedy to perform the greatest works of literature, the Ace Attorney trilogy. We are on Game 3, Case 3, and this is the final segment of Case 3, Recipe for Turnabout. Where do we begin? So, there's a programmer called Glenn Elg. Glenn Elg had gambling debts. He wrote a virus called MC Bomber because he was going to sell it to somebody called Furio Tigre to clear up his gambling debts. Furio Tigre worked with Viola Cadavarini. She hurt her head. And together they framed Maggie Bird for killing Glenn Elg, and it's the whole thing. Furio Tigre is about to take the stand. Let's just get started. The whole thing's confusing. Anyway, I'll see you on the other side. January 8th, 121 Pum. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
So, we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand! We've almost got this case won now, Nick. I believe in you!
Thank you very much for believing in me. And I wish I could agree. I really do.
Huh?
When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, literally just now, you just missed him, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do.
I mean, that's a really good plea for insanity, if anything.
Yeah, really. But Godot picked up on it. Remember that from just now?
I sure do.
And then the lights went down, and then he pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the orange truth. Yeah.
You mean you think Mr. Armstrong was lying?
I don't know.
Great.
I'll be honest, lads. I don't know, but if
right.
that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble.
Well,
If I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making orange evidence we're going to need.
Yeah, so what happens if you get the feeling?
If, you know what, that's a sub-clause. Now I'm going to have another one.
Oh,
I don't
wait a
know
second.
what I'm going to do.
I recognise that voice anywhere.
Hey, pal. Sorry, I was eating something.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah.
wait, what are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair is standing on end.
That's jelly.
I
It always looks
always-
like that. Yeah.
It always looks like this. You know, I use a lot of hairspray. That's the pot calling the kettle black, little Miss Top Knot.
My least favourite
Hey!
Roger Hargreaves.
It's not a top knot.
Yeah, you keep telling us that, you hipster.
It's not.
Nah,
Never mind about the yeah. Just calm down, all right?
never. I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I get kind of wound up.
Yeah, but you don't even do your job.
I mean,
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Gary,
No kidding.
you gotta have something you needed me to do, pal. Anything.
You pick up a sandwich or,
Okay, I'm gonna go, gonna jog back down to the precinct and pick you up a duck wrap. That's what
Nice.
I'm gonna do. I could get some prints analyzed for you. You gotta, if you got an hour?
an hour? I'd love some Pringles as well. When you said Prince, remind me of Pringles. I'd love them. But hang on,
Oh, yeah, sure.
the trial will have reconvened by then.
But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? Isn't that kind of the point of you?
She is absolutely right there. She has got me without some kind of trump card to pull out at the bag. We're really stuck.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
because we are not going to clinch it on your winning personality.
We have left it to the last minute here, lads. You said you could get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour.
Yeah, you bet.
Oh, sweet. Well, in that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? Let me just grab it for you. Here it is. And there we go. Potassium cyanide. No, actually, I'm going to save that. No, the lottery ticket. No, the weenies. No, you gave
a
me
lot
that.
of stuff in your pocket.
Shortbread biscuit. Here we go. Go on, take that.
Okay. Yeah,
Here we go. Some Tipex. If you're going to go back to the station anyway, would you just find out whose prints are on these?
Yeah, sure.
Shouldn't have touched it myself.
The small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? You know, this morning, remember when I saw you?
That's right. I think it's the time we solved the last mystery of who the prints on it belonged to.
A person.
Yeah. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's kind of been gnawing at me too.
You're a detective.
Oh yeah. I also forgot the word bad. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back, pal.
I'll try not to. See you, Dan.
That is a genuine concern, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if I do lose this, but this is pretty much the final showdown now, I guess.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
It's the final showdown.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Look, there's no time for this. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys.
Oh, sorry, I'll get down from the couch.
And stop fist punching the air.
January 8th, 156 Pum District Court. It's everybody's favorite courtroom number 4.
Oh, sweet Jesus, this is my favorite.
Court delicious today.
A bag full of weenies.
Favorite.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this furry-o tigre?
I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job. No problem.
Tamed him? The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on.
He's pretty lively. Be careful. He still bites.
Gavel! Very well, biting will be allowed.
What?
Please show
What?
Mr. Tigre to the stand.
Gary, get off me!
Sorry.
Oh, goodness me. That's a look. Well, witness, please state your name and occupation. That's not a name.
Don't hide under the table, Mayor, unless there is room for me down there to what?
No, I know. No.
You know, that's all right, I'm going to stay at my end of
I
the
would
box.
backpedal if I were you, sir. Maybe
Yeah,
all the way back
backpedaling.
to the bike shed.
Backpedaling.
What you say to me?
Oh, come on, Judge. Nothing. I didn't say nothing. No, honest.
I love that meta-commentary from the judge there, but who could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge?
And it is a bad
Oh,
Brooklyn
that's a
accent. It
Brooklyn
didn't sound
accent.
anything like it at all. It is bad.
Boy, it was a terrible Brooklyn accent.
I got business to take care of. You hear me?
Like finding shirts that are louder than this.
So the hell called me into this hole?
I believe it's been pronounced désolé.
Here, Gary, do you reckon I should get a shirt with a Phoenix on it?
No.
All right. Was it you, Spike? No, that's not me.
Was it you, Spiky? Don't take my lines.
No, I'm so sorry for taking your line, but of course not. It was the judge up there. Where's he gone? Your Honor?
Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. I'm judging here. Where on earth is it?
It's getting worse by the hour.
Don't mind me. Just carry on with the proceedings as normal.
This has to be one of the strangest cases ever.
That's it. We're doomed. Right, everyone, we're fucked.
Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here?
There's no need to shout. We can all hear you.
What you say?
There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in.
Girl.
That's too cool.
Oh, for
Jesus.
God's sake, have some backbone.
I wish I could come up with metaphors.
I'm so sorry. I was.
Mouthful of weenies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a mouthful of weenies. They were disgusting. Don't let it get the better of you, Nick. I'm so sorry. I thought nobody could see me under this desk.
Now let's start with the basics.
Certainly. C-A-T, cat.
You know about the incident in question, correct?
Incident? I don't know nothing about no incident, stinking incident, mask, boy. Although good you're wearing a mask with everything going on in the world.
Oh, thank you very much.
Goes over
you
your
mean
nose,
you
mate.
You didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird?
Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas.
Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Forget about it.
Do you need your safety blanket, sir?
Perhaps. On standby, Ruby.
HMPH. Phe Nix right. You's the one who set this up, didn't you, tongue face?
My God, he's
You
talking in emojis. He's unstoppable.
Gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying?
I'm trying to, but maybe I should have bought a diaper with me today.
You've shit yourself, haven't you?
I have.
You've
Can you
shit
smell
yourself.
it?
Yeah, I can. You shit yourself in the middle of court.
Christ.
You are scum. You know that, right?
This is so embarrassing.
Get a grip, Nick.
Stop eating weenies. Stop. Maya, you're panic eating weenies.
I'm just so stressed. I can't help it.
Oh, my God's
Rip me
sake. They're
ankles with my
crunchy
trousers.
weenies
That
as well.
sounds like a really crunchy weenie. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. Tongue face.
They probably need that money for krill.
Oh yeah, those whales. It's krill will be krilled out there. But you just want to check my alibi, just ask real later.
Your Honor, objection, pun?
Sustained.
Thank
Yes,
you.
pun withdrawn. Now, at least I found my pen. I'm back up, and I appear to have my anachronistic British accent back. No. Well, never mind. Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting out like that, yellow cabs, tall buildings.
I know the kind of games that guy in the blue plays. Football.
That's
That
correct.
lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details until he wins.
Well, I think he's got you there, sir.
Oh my God, he knows our strategy.
Yeah, I think he's got us.
Hang on, but lowlife? Me?
Yeah, you've just shit yourself.
Maybe Gary.
Listen up, smarty pants. Although your pants ain't too smart, covered in poop. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50 grand. That's grand dollars.
Not low life
Really good
dollars.
dollars.
And you's gotta borrow the cash from me. That's why they're better.
Well, that's one line contract I outright refuse to sign.
I don't think it ain't all gonna hurt when you get tangled with Le Tigre.
What is going on?
I love a good spectator sport.
You are supposed to be participating.
It's much more fun to listen.
Now, just a minute. That's a good game. We could play just a minute. That's really not.
This witness is... How can I put it?
Eh.
A hungry tiger
Sorry, Your
roaming
Honor,
the urban
hesitation?
jungle.
Sorry, Your Honor, hesitation on how can I put
Yes.
it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, continuing the minute on this witness,
Get on his bad side, and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too.
Very well, nobody wants to play. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. 15 yards.
You have lots of choices.
You better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business.
But I thought big business can't fail.
If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus.
Ah, yes. The traditional transport of successful businessmen.
Hey, that's why they call it a
Gavel!
business. It's a bus.
The 3,
No,
2, 1
gavel.
to sit cup.
Gavel. The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness testimony.
Why?
Keep that
mean,
in mind. It
it's-
will be a 15-yard penalty. Every time it's relevant, you'll have to move 15 yards back and keep shouting even louder and louder.
Okay, we don't want to lose the next down, sir.
Exactly.
Nobody wants
Now,
a phoenix down. We'll be dead.
I see what you did there. A tuft of a cross reference to another Japanese franchise. Begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can do it, Nick. Sorry, I am paying attention, but
Are
it's
you?
really difficult.
Because you're still under the desk.
It's difficult to see what's going on under this desk.
Out from under there already, would you, Mayor? Put the Nintendo Switch down. Come on.
I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with the bell. Oh, you're gonna
Hold
interrupt me?
it. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago.
Your
here.
your press was. Are you sure about
Yeah,
that?
It is. I've got a system here, Gary. I've got a plan. You know.
You see these things? That's how sharp my secretary is.
Very sharp.
It also explains my lisp.
Hang on. Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini?
Yeah, she's not sharp. She hurt her head.
She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says, so that's where I was.
Seems like a rather sketchy schedule there. Mainly.
Gorara.
What?
There he goes again. What the tiger did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what?
Yeah, probably ask a question better than "Are you sure?"
Mr. Tigray.
What use what?
If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail.
Objection. This is a dead end, Triton. You know it. Remember the rules.
Don't talk about trial law.
Objection. Slam. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately.
For the record, I agree.
Cheers, Judge. And look, the victim was killed on December the 3rd, which I've got on this big piece of paper. Look, it says December the 3rd, big red
I
sharpie.
can't see it. You got to hold it higher.
Just hold it there. Go and pass that round, everyone. Were you in the office that day too?
I'd say that Sharpie was more of a burgundy. Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. Jellicle business.
That's
Right.
true. If they got some sort of loan, it would be easier for old Deuteronomy to make the jellicle choice.
Well, you know what they say. If jellicles can, then jellicles do. And jellicles do get loans with you. I ain't never seen that young kid before.
I do believe the witness's last statement was important. I'm just saying things now.
Excuse me, buddy. Got to sweep underneath the chair here.
I'm in the middle of a trial.
I'm sorry. Rules is rules.
No, the rules say, look, there are very strict scheduled hours for this. Fine. Mr. Godot, if you please.
Mr. Tigray, the court asked you to add that last statement to your testimony.
It's MPH.
Her Majesty's Port and Harvest?
Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor. and ask him yourself, for
You are
Christ's
throwing
sake.
you are throwing boulders in a very glass-based dwelling, sir.
Hey, I am thinking this loudly.
The day you was talking about, I was in the office too. I never saw a kid before.
He's getting more incomprehensible the more we press him.
Is he drinking? Objection.
All I drink is fear and protein.
Emily, Mr. Tigray. You claim you didn't know Mr. Glen Elk. But it appears that Mr. Glen Elk knew Glen you.
What?
Yeah, what?
Right, I've got it on this piece of paper here on the other side of the December
You
one.
gotta hold it
Mr.
higher,
Elk.
mate.
No, just put it up here. Mr. Elk left this little note on his calendar. Right, he says, meet with the tiger, dated December the 3rd, and in orange ink.
December the 3rd? That's the day of the murder.
22 days before Christmas. So, Mr. Tigray, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glen Elk. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him.
Oh,
Oh my God! What
Bloody hell.
His power
Right,
is
snap
not
the
bad.
Oh, God. Chuck us a bag of weenie segling.
Not bad. You's actually not bad.
Oh, hang on, sorry, mate.
Yeah, I think he's powering down.
I was just messing with you to see how good you were.
That's perjury.
Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad.
That's good. But that's
I
one
finished
compliment.
eating now.
Oh, yeah, off you go. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his big, sharp teeth.
Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated, by which I mean they will be tolerated the first couple of times.
What?
Continue doing it, though.
I think it's only
I'm
fair.
glad,
Yeah,
glad you
fair
It's the way
sorted
the
that
court
out.
of law works.
If you continue doing
Even though
it,
there's a tiger on the stand, this is a court full of kangaroos.
the writers will have no choice but to make me say it's perjury.
You's calling me a Leo? I'm a Leo. Is that what you's doing?
I thought you were a Tigray.
Ruh-roh!
The judge legitimately rough-road.
So you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth?
That's where I recognize the judge from. When he was younger, he was a mystery-solving teenager.
I said I'm dead serious. You's better believe that's the truth.
That's why he wears bell bottoms as well, Gary.
Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic.
Coming right up, Goddo. Black Magic, it's a tie-in coffee from the single by Little Mix from 3 years ago.
That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigray.
Oh, yes. Would you mind indulging the court, witness?
He never actually met the victim. That's got to be a lie right there.
Well, if we're assuming that he killed him, yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be. Surely. It's time I nailed this guy.
Hey,
Phrasing.
buy me dinner first. I ain't no liar. I never met Glen Oak. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, Tender Lander. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever show. I ain't never even been to that trade Bayai joint. You's here?
He's getting increasingly Russian, sir. I suggest we push our offensive.
I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up, probably because he was getting murdered.
I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead.
I've heard that, Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I'm not the only big deal here. I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train.
All aboard the Express to Business. The Express to Business leaving now.
Isn't that called HS2?
The bill's going straight to you, right? The bill for HS2.
Oh, fuck.
That's a big bill, sir. You're kind of fucked.
Shit.
Well, if you need a loan. I ain't no liar. I never
Thanks,
met Glenn.
I've been going through these tender lender bills and something doesn't add up. Who spends 77,000 on eyebrow care?
Oh, yeah. I mean, who would? That's crazy, right? Right. Put these eyelashes to the side. Here, take a look, Mr. Tigray. Is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Pass them around, everyone.
Oh, look at this. I got a
Matches?
matchbook. Here you go. You
What
take
you
that one.
talking about? I haven't used Tinder in years.
Come on,
Hey.
Branwyn, take the matches.
We
All right,
found
there
them
we
in-
go. I'll pass them around.
You
What?
said they were mine. Back off.
All right, fine.
No, these are much better for cigars, Sawyer.
And look, you can see there, Amia's holding them now. We found them in your office at Tender Lender. They're from that restaurant.
What?
If you've really never been to Trebian before, Slam, I'd thoroughly recommend it. And what was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your bloody desk?
You've been snooping around in my stuff now too, wise guy. What are you, my ball and chain? My abacus and Vienna? My doohickey and what's it? Ain't no broad controlling me.
That's very problematic. Oh, no,
dear.
I heard it's very problematic.
I
isn't it?
disagree with that.
Hello, order! Order!
I'll have a side of chips, please.
Wrong type of order. Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you? That's your second shot of perjury there. Right, one more, and I'm going to have to mention it. But also, I'm very sorry, forgive me.
You don't have to mention it.
I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But, okay. I was at the joint that day.
What?
Oh, you'd much prefer to hear Maya say what? Maya?
What?
Yeah, you see, much more enjoyable.
But listen good, all right? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Well, well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony.
Glad that's catching on.
I'll get the lights.
Thank you, Gary. I'm this bloody close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn Elg that day. And he did put poison in his coffee. He must have.
I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene, and I'm not talking about the buffet. The guy was laid over the table stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split like a banana. I heard the cops' sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office.
I see. You didn't actually meet with him in the end, then. Or before the end. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yeah, that's right. I always change the suspect when a joke doesn't land. There you go.
Yes, Your Honour. Thanks.
Hold it. If I wait around there any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. I'm gonna have to do something like
All aboard
Walk.
the Normal Express. All aboard the Normal
On
Express.
the Normal Express.
This is the Normal Express. Sorry, sir, you can't come on the Normal Express. That is a 3-piece suit. We're looking for 2-piece. Thank you. There you go.
No more stupid questions.
No problem. Anytime Trot presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty.
Mr. Godot, that's my job. I do my job very well.
Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. My job is to slam this coffee cup and call a guilty verdict. So do it.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Yes, sir.
What am I supposed to slam? The Special Express ain't cheap, white. Just so yous know since yous paying.
Oh, man. Doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here, for God's sake?
I don't know why you're appealing to me, mate. I'm a synth player.
Christ.
Speaking of which,
I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene, and I'm not talking about the buffet.
Right, go on. Thanks for pausing. I'm still looking through my rucksack of evidence.
You're still looking through. I mean, it's amazing that you allow. I had to check everything in at the door, and you're just looking at your rucksack.
But here we go. Got it. Look, take that. You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. T. Gray?
why did you take 2 runs at that, sir?
Because sometimes you do.
No one escapes Le Tigre's clutches, sir.
Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro.
That is not true. That is not even slightly true.
It's
Anyone
not
gonna go
even
in for the high five?
No,
No?
no,
All right.
I'm sorry.
Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses.
And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches.
Boo this man!
That's not a thing. Not a thing. Boo!
Weedy to the face, you asshole!
Got a pizza delivery for Branwen Concretti.
I think it's time we got something straight.
What's this, Trot? A new line of irrelevant questioning?
There are the floor plans of the crime scene. These right here that I'm holding. Done. All right, can everyone see my finger? All right, let me hang on. Gonna put some green paint in it, all right? So you say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. T. Gray. So I'm just tapping the finger there. Now I'm holding it still. And from there, here, Gary, get your phone torch.
Oh, for
right?
God's sake!
Go on, we want to make this nice. From there, your field of vision could have covered an area something like, and turn it on, this.
Maybe if you bought something other than a 3210, you wouldn't have to borrow my phone all the time.
Oh, it's all right.
Indeed, the witness would have a clear view of the victim's seat. Because I've forgotten everything that was said.
Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head.
No. Unfortunately for you, that is not possible.
It's impossible.
Indeed. And if the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall orange partition.
Why, that's true.
Now, look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. Gary, get your phone out again.
Oh, for God's sake.
The truth hurts.
So, from the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here.
Oh,
Here
I
we
see.
are.
You put your hand in front of the torch.
Indeed.
You're making me sweat my own sweat, and I don't like it.
So, from the entrance of Trebien, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day because you met with him.
I'm cranking up the arpeggiator, sir.
Please,
Objection.
go through those cycle of fifths.
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday?
Yes.
The victim was alone at his table.
Objection. First of all, thanks for reminding me, but also the defence just proved that point to be moot.
Yeah,
Moot, I
you
tell
cow. Oh, moot.
The victim, witnessed by Mr. Kudo, was not Glen Elk, but a bloody orange fake.
What?
in order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify. The real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. A charade, I tell you.
And not even with the proper rules, where like making a T with your hands indicates the.
Oh no, you've
my
got
God,
to
it's
have
right,
the
it's hang up the legs.
Come on.
That could be fun if you don't.
I much prefer Monopoly at Christmas.
That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious rules of the charades being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim?
Oh no, he's starting to have fun with voices now, sir. I think this is the end.
Well, you say the killer murdered Len A.G.
Oh God, you passed your stupidity onto him, Phoenix.
and then impersonated the victim in a performance for Victor Kudo. In that case, Mr. Wright, in green, please reveal the identity of the criminal to this court.
Right, I'll just have a look. You can take that. The killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it.
What? Well, witness?
Why are you surprised? Every time he has been in this courtroom, he has accused a witness of being the murderer. Often
Because,
correctly.
listen, Gary, synth player Gary, I have a life outside of this courtroom.
Prove
where
it.
I
Name
listen to
4 of your
other
hobbies.
lawyers.
Name
I
4
listen
of your
to that
hobbies.
nice Mr. Payne. I listen to that nice Mr. Payne. He doesn't always accuse the defendants or the witnesses. No. Sometimes lawyers play by the rules. And the fact that Mr. Wright does not stop me from being surprised every time he
Name
does
4
not.
of your hobbies.
Well, firstly is my stories. I've mentioned those before. Secondly, I do enjoy a ride of mini golf. Yes. Thirdly, I do like to play the crossword in the papers. That's right, play the crossword because it requires a little bit of ludic enjoyment.
You're stalling.
Well, I mean, the fourth one I'm a bit embarrassed about. That's why I'm stalling.
All
So
right.
I knit. I knit under the table while.
Well, that's nothing to be embarrassed about. That's adorable. Moving on.
Oh, I knew I recognized him.
Now that's cute.
It is cute, right? He's knitting under the table.
It's why I don't pay attention to the.
You
facts
think
of
you
it.
can pin this on Le Tigre Furiosi?
Yeah, that's right. We're playing a game of pin the crime on the tiger, and you're it. That's how you do a badass line, sir.
Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is the king of the jungle, so I dare you to say it again. Come on, you got the guts.
Is anybody going to tell him the lion's the king of the jungle?
No, the lion's the king of the
Lion's the king of
savannah.
I thought it was the honey badger.
Now you can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. I have my knitting and my needles right here. And also it was the defense. It wasn't me. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright!
Oh, he's apoplectic with rage.
Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You've got guts. I'll give you that.
And I would like to keep them. I prefer my garters to be knitted, as I've said. Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone.
Perhaps I can end this embarrassment.
Oh, thank God. Mr. Godot.
Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see just the orange victim. Oh, no.
The servant girl brought me a Majavicino, but put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee.
Ah, yes. It was the waitress who poisoned the coffee. Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Objection. Very impressive, Mr. Goddo. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack.
You were hiding under the desk and you pissed again.
I needed a wee.
Found your pen at last, Trout?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you
my
turn it
pen.
upside down, the lady's clothes come off.
Oh, Gary, don't. It was in my pocket. Slam. But anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed 2 people that day.
Why's your voice gone all low?
Because I'm trying to mask something. But he saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Orange Glen Elk, and the orange waitress from behind.
Stop knitting.
Yes, your point, Mr. Wright.
Good question. And here is the answer. I think the conclusion is obvious. There we are. Oh, you want me to continue? All right, well, if this Glen Elk was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the bloody show.
What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well?
The defendant, Ms. Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. It says so right here, Slam. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her.
Gavel, you, sir. Who on earth was it? Who was this green waitress that green Mr. Kudo greenly witnessed?
You know what, Phoenix? I genuinely want you to work this out for yourself.
Oh, well, I think it's Cardavelic Viola. There we go. Yeah, take that.
Who is this woman? Who is this, like?
Her name is Viola Cadavarini.
She hurt her head.
She hurt her head.
Hit her head.
And she's an employee of Tender Lender.
You's making a big mistake.
I think you've just made a big mistake.
You know who Violetta's grandfather is. You better be going home in an armored truck tonight, if you know what I mean.
All aboard the express armored truck. The express armored truck going to your home.
Stop shaking, Nick. You look like an idiot.
All right, sorry. Slam, where was I?
Sometimes I feel everyone in this courtroom is only giving this case about 20% of their attention.
Yes, you're right. But also the defendant, Ms. Bird, has stated the following.
Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was an orange another customer in the restaurant. It was sort of creepy. And she had a kind of cackling laugh.
Are you sure that's how she said it, sir?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ellipsis, 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 sweat, sweat, sweat.
There are just too many contradictions in this case. Too many, I say. The second man at the victim's table was nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. Who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposedly listening to half a bloody hour after it was over. There is only one logical explanation that clears up all of these contradictions.
A parallel dimension.
You have no idea how close you are.
And that, but also, the whole incident took place twice. Once for real, and once for show. I'm pulling this out my arse, Gary.
So you're saying it happened one for the money,
Yeah,
two for the show.
yes.
3. Was it 3 to get ready?
There's
Yes,
no time to
indeed.
talk about this, Phoenix. Go, cat, go!
And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, was you. What?
What?
Even you're not convinced by that.
Yeah, I know. I'm guessing.
There's a lot of ellipses.
Witness, what is your response to that nonsense?
Can you answer in the form of a roar?
Rawr. That's cute.
That was a cute roar. Yes, but I'm confused as to what you mean.
Was it obvious? I said, rawr. You's all right. I could do with a guy like you around, or a square, or a triangle.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like it's really losing the plot now.
Okay, I'm in on this game.
What, charades? Just a minute?
I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, and you know what? It's gonna be business class.
All aboard the jet to business. All aboard.
Just text them.
I'm gonna give you one more think about before I go.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank you. But hang on, something to think about.
Something to think about.
You's got it up all nice and right.
I'm trying to.
You's missed out on a one real important thing.
But that can't be.
Actually, it can. You missing out on something?
I was in the joint that day and I met that kid too, tongue face.
Right, there we are. That's your third warning. Third warning.
You haven't done anything yet. You're not going to do anything now.
But
That's
I
a
couldn't
three.
have poisoned him. You's here, tongue face.
What? Do you really expect me to believe you now after your third warning of perjury, Mr. Tigre?
What a troublemaker.
You seem to be enjoying this, Godot.
It's quite a fun spectator spot. I'm wondering when the 7th inning stretch is going to be after we've already gotten the 3rd strike.
Troublemaker?
Looks like we're going to need another one for the road.
Wait, you're leaving? Good.
Oh.
One more steaming cup of hot testimony.
Gavel! Indeed. I agree. That's why that's why I hit my hammer so hard, because I agreed. Witness, will you explain yourself to the court?
It's an agreement, Gavel.
Agreement, Gavel. I will give
A
you one
gravel.
more chance to testify. Since you are looking extra.
What?
What happened that day at Très Bien between yourself and the victim?
Yeah, I loaned Elk cash. About 100,000 grand dollars. That day we was due to have a little check. The kid had hit his payback date, you see? So, anyway, he tells me he's got no ways to pay up, see? I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yeah, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. That waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over.
Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned Mr. Elg was $50,000.
So what was the vice principal amount?
I'm getting to that.
Yeah, well, you've got the VIG to take into the VIG? The VIG to take into account. I don't even know my own terminology. VIG. You got the VIG to take into account. Interest build up fast, you know?
What do
Objection.
you have to take into
Your Honor,
account?
can the witness expand on the term VIG?
I think he should.
Yeah.
So VIG is vim and vigor. You know that phrase?
I'm aware of the phrase.
Yeah,
Continue.
that's where it's from. It's from the Latin of vim and vigor. So the vig, you got to take the vig into account. There's a vigor this and a vigor that, and you take that into account. And obviously, accounting, it's all to do with tax dollars and loans. And then you're back to maths, and bing, bada, boom, you got the vig in accounts.
No, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Got a pizza delivery here for Vig Mistake.
I think he means vigorish, also known as juice or underjuice. The cut, the take, the margin, the house edge.
You know what? I'm going to Google it.
That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal and 4 times his vice principal.
Oh, I see. What you just done is Googled it because, yeah, fair enough. The repayment deadline was December 3rd, was it? The day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid.
I mean, you killed him, so...
Well, that's neither here nor there. He got the last
So you
$500,000
admit it?
just in time.
Can we stop the trial?
So I have no reason to kill the kid.
Oh, we almost had him, sir.
Oh,
I heard it.
And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no casse.
Even with a confession on record.
but I do have creme de cassis.
His orange motive. He has to have one. But what is it?
What do you mean, what it? You know!
I want him to tell me.
Yeah, I loaned out cash, about $100,000. And then we were due to have a little chance to pay back. So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up in all this green. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yeah, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over.
Hang on, hold it. The waitress? You mean...
The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't got in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom. Over and done with.
Can't believe that was actually in there.
Maybe I should
Really?
push a little on this. Just a smidge. Here. What do you mean, bada bing, bada boom? And also, what do you mean things would have been over and done with?
I see, but yeah, no, it's really offensive for you to say bada bing, bada boom. That's only people like us.
I apologise.
We're the only people that can say that, okay? Don't let me hear you do that again. Are the yous all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my 100,000 grand bucks back. That's all. I'm a businessman with a business plan. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from the waitress's testimony...
From the witness's testimony?
That's what I said. Waitress's testimony. Other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tidray had no motive for killing the victim.
Looks like nobody's getting equity minimum today.
Gavel! I object to
Hold
that.
on, you guys are getting paid?
No. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said.
The tiger's orange motive, huh?
It was after the 100,000 grand dollars. I didn't have no other reason to kill the guy.
He didn't have any other reason to kill the guy. Now, Phoenix, what could we present which would contradict that?
Now,
I'm genuinely asking you.
I
know you're genuinely asking,
I'm-
but the thing
I'm
is
aware.
that requires me to have paid attention.
I've been paying attention.
So, I was after the 100. Thanks. Can the judge help? I was after the 100,000 grand. I didn't have
Perhaps
the
it
other
was the
reasons.
disc? The
Maybe
virus?
It was the disc. The
The
virus.
Perhaps?
Let's go for it. Objection.
I'm going to do this for real for the last case, and it's going to be, it's going to double the length of this season.
It is.
It really is. So you just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Elk owed you, correct?
I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right. And I'm a businessman. Look at my business plan. I'm boarding a flight on my way to Japan. Spend most of my time in the airport lounge and like the stock market. I'm about to get down.
Fun. But unfortunately for you, Mr. Elk,
Nice try, Tigray. But this guy hasn't seen any pop culture. He doesn't know what the
No.
hell you're talking about.
I don't believe the $100,000 is what we were after.
Objection. What are you getting at, Trite? What else would a moneylender be after other than money?
Oh, wish I knew, Godot, but well, the moneylender was after money, so I know that. But money in a totally different league.
A league of their own.
Premiership money. The kind of money that a single disc like this, which the judge helped me with, would fetch.
What is that?
Computer virus, Your Honor. Wink. A virus called MC Bomber. Master of Ceremonies
A
Bomber.
computer virus? Why don't you tell me what one of those does?
Well, a computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the inside of a computer.
A computer? What does one of those do?
Sir, he's just going to keep asking questions until we get to the abacus.
I like it. I guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. There
No,
you go. That's a line I butchered. But here's a new line. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor, when we have dinner at Nando's. But right now, this is the important point.
Something I love about you, sir, is the way that you say sentences like there's a gun to your head.
I like to have massive thesaurus in the middle of my sentences, and a virus like Master of Ceremonies Bomber would be worth several orange $1 million on the black market.
Grand dollars?
That's right.
This is several $1 million? What's a Nando's? What do those do?
Yeah, lending money from no hope of ever seeing repayment.
Nope.
Let's do it again then. Lending money, I have to use my finger to lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business.
Have you been to the opticians? Do you remember I recommended you my optician?
I have actually been to the audioists, or whatever you call them, for hearing. But that's for another time. But in this case, the very fact Mr. Glenn Elk had no way to repay the money is crucial.
What?
Glenn Elk was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. I
just could have sworn we went over this.
That skill was the collateral Mr. Elk put up in order to borrow the money.
Objection. You're trying to suggest the witness's motive was to get hold of that program?
Am I? Yes, that's right, exactly.
The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, Trite. A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder.
Of course he could, provided that he had time. But what if he had needed the money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear.
That was almost poignant.
Gavel! It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to fucking share it with us?
No.
Why, in green, did Mr. Tidray need money to the tune of 1 million dudes?
What do you think, sir?
Now this, let's go for the weenies, because fuck it.
You want us to suggest the weenies?
Yeah, let's go for a rogue one, just to see what happens. Take that!
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
It's evidence that Trite has no idea what he's doing.
What? What do you mean?
Those are sausages, Trite. That evidence is completely irrelevant.
Yeah, but it was fun, though.
It was
Since
quite loud.
when? Since when did we have the right to dish out penalties?
Right, 15 yards, up your back.
Oh, God.
Art, I've just been quietly listening to this whole thing, and I feel like now is the right time to just kind of just check in with you. And are you all right, Nick?
$100,000 wasn't enough for Mr. Tigray.
That doesn't answer my question.
He needed much more money than that, and in a hurry.
Gavel!
No. Okay.
I'm just going to repeat myself, so you might as well. No? Well, it seems then that you have a logical conclusion. Now, this time, will you actually fucking use your mind?
Yeah.
Why did Mr. Tidray need the money? The $1 million.
Come on, sir, you've
Right.
got this.
We're going for the weenies again.
No, we're
going
not
for the
going-
weenies again.
Are we going for the weenies again?
We're going for the weenies again.
Let's go for
yeah.
the weenies again.
Take that!
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Rats?
Evidence that Trat has no idea what he's doing.
He's having a wonderful time, though, doing it. Hang on, what do you mean?
You just showed us the sausages before. That evidence is irrelevant. We just did this.
Since when did he have the right to dish out penalties?
I mean, okay. I
I know, right?
I mean, Gato, are you okay? Because this whole thing seems like a lot for everyone.
I thought I was watching a game of baseball beforehand, and all of a sudden it's
All
turned
right.
into a strange sausage.
Well, one more time, sir. I believe in you. Third time's the charm.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Why did he need the
Right.
money?
Why did Try me some money for?
Perhaps he had some dealings with another crime boss.
I mean, maybe he did, but also maybe he needed some more sausages and rice.
For God's sake.
Oh, for God's sake. Give me the bag. There, it's that
All
one.
right. No, get the weenies again. In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. Like loads, tons.
Well,
About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car, like a Citroen Berlingo and a scooter, a Yamaha DMX 125, in which a young woman was injured.
And people know that X will give it to you.
He will. And she was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery.
One might say she hurt her head.
where did you get all this info? And that's not yogurt I'm sweating, it's Fanta.
And these medical papers, look, I wanted to do the sausages again, but then Gary forced these in my hand. Look, this medical papers document the treatment of young woman. These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in
You've got
question.
weenies on the brain, haven't you?
Really do. According to these, her operation cost $1 million.
$1 million.
Payment of these expenses was due in December of last year and was paid in full.
For $1 million? A preposterous sum! What was the NHS doing at this time? Someone should sue these HMOs.
Can you explain HMOs?
No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue.
Morgues are in hospitals.
But the morgue isn't dead itself. It contains dead things.
But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay. Because his very life depended on it.
Arpeggiator activate! Oh my god,
Got a
it's
pizza
all
delivery.
right.
Hey,
Take it easy.
I have no idea what's going on, I'll be honest.
I can't believe we talked about sausages.
Order! You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright.
Indeed it did. Simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadavarini.
Who hurt her head.
Did you say Cadaverini?
Nod. Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini.
My liver spots are my capos.
Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation, whatever that word means, to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glen Elg's life to pay your debt.
Oh my god, the twists and
I'd really like to judge
Gavel,
like a
gavel,
gavel.
Yes, missing line of duty.
And the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD, compact disc. Glen Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000 grand, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then an orange miracle happened.
a man walked on water.
And then next to that, the kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't. Neither can I.
Lottery win.
Exactly. The 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 grand on the grand lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important compact disc. At least, no legitimate way. Look at that. Just painting the picture here. So, he resorted to illegitimate means.
That's crazy.
No, this is crazy.
That
Hey,
is
put your shirt
also
on.
crazy.
Droopy, you send him out.
He murdered Glen Elg and then made his next move. To frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glen Elg, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole bloody thing in order to establish an orange witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday. Remember him, Mr. Victor Pudo? Was that his name? Yep.
Objection. Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept out of it.
Objection. But Mr. Armstrong knew all about it. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000 grand, in fact, says so right here. Slam. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan.
Oh my god, he's
Well, maybe
got a
that's
bank
what
on
bloody-
it.
I know that chefs could do murders as well.
Order silence or I will clear the courtroom!
I'm still worried about You's put on a good show, Spiky.
Thank you. And what?
If yous want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you got to be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. Because you'll notice my actual shirt is black.
I agree.
What?
Well, I can see the collars. It goes over the jacket. And also, despite your appearance, you are very careful. What do I mean by that? That's why you took one more precaution.
Sometimes, sir, you really are just a messy bitch that loves drama.
One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out.
Want another one, Mr.
Yeah.
Wright?
Yeah.
Do I have to?
Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite?
Yeah, go on, sir.
Yeah.
What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused?
Get those weenies out.
No, it's not the weenies.
Get the weenies
I
out,
want you
Gary.
to really think about it. I want you to really think about it.
What was the trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused? Oh, God, I haven't been paying attention
All
at
of the evidence that we have, out of all the evidence that we have, we just need to find something that proves that Furio Tigre did something else to help frame Maggie. What could
This
it
is
have
my
been?
worst nightmare.
What could it have been?
Oh, paper badge. That's big. Yeah. Was it that?
Yeah, it was.
I
You
don't
got
know.
it.
What on earth?
Oh, that was a guess.
What on earth is it?
Right. Looks like shortbread, but it
What
isn't.
an insult to think that anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation.
It looks like the Dharma symbol in Lost, and consider yourself insulted, Your Honour. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me, you cheeky monkey.
What? That's
The truth.
all right, but the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Like, apart from the hair, I can see that.
It was all silhouettes.
Actually, no. Now that I think about it, yeah, no, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here, this very courtroom number 4, a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen. And this is me talking.
Oh my
I thought
God.
we were
That was a good
number
one.
7.
Oh, I know.
Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove that the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him?
Oh,
Wait, if he testifies, is there even another
Hey,
judge?
the
The other
blonde
one.
one? There's the blonde one.
All right.
Yeah.
Forget about it, yeah.
Oh, he said it. He said the thing.
Hey.
Huh? wonder what he wouldn't do.
I wouldn't do something like that. Not me. I'm a pussycat. You made a mistake, all right? It was someone else, huh?
Objection, Slam. Have you no pride, sir?
No,
Objection.
those are lions. Lions.
This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, here in court, we deal with people's lives.
I didn't know that, so I'm just going to jot that down. People's lives.
No, Mr. Godot is correct. I hate to say it.
Your Honour!
Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. Trust me, if it was up to me, but I'm just the judge. I'm convinced the attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. But however, I preside over this court as the judge and with the vested power to hand down a verdict. That's why I wear this vest, you see. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it.
No!
Oh my God. He's forgotten
Wait,
evidence.
but
That's
I
a
thought
ridiculous
number
reason to
7
get
was
down.
the
It's
one
very
with
much the same guy.
If-
on it.
If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tittery are dubious, to be sure, but not conclusive.
Oh, you've lost this case, Phoenix. The only thing that could save it is some supporting character bursting in at the last second.
With evidence, yes.
Maya, you're too choked up to speak, and I respect it.
Oh, we've come so so far. I'm so sorry. I was just reaching into my packed lunch for a drink. That's all. A little juice box.
You say he impersonated Glen Elk. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee.
Nah.
Yeah, you really
Wait,
should have
what
gotten
does
some
that
evidence.
I'd really like to
Yeah.
cut
Something
through
about
When
now.
has evidence meant anything in this court?
Ah.
Huh?
I shucks to be you, right?
That was worth the wait. That was worth the wait. That is a mission statement for your entire life, isn't it, Phoenix?
It really is.
Don't mess with a tiger or you're gonna get mauled. You've got that.
All we managed to do here was be chased around by him a bit. But I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt. So bloody close.
Looks like I won't be needing a refill.
Bollocks. If I had just one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence. And maybe I could get Maggie off the hook.
Gavel, this witness's cross-examination is over. You're free to go, Mr. Titra.
Oh my God, he's got
Oh
it.
my God.
Where is-
He's
I think
lost
that's
the
case.
case.
So crazy.
Oh, who's this? Who's this now?
Warburton.
Oh, God, it's all raking.
Your Honor, sir. Wait!
Oh my God, he got his own splash screen.
Look at this. Oh, I've never felt so alive.
Detective?
Detective. Oh, that's your line in Phoenix.
Hey, but yo, say your name and be proud.
By God!
Gumshoe,
By
that's
God,
me.
that's Dick Gumshoe's music. By God!
Sorry I took so long, pal.
How
Hey,
dare you, detective?
I staked everything on this. My badge, my home, my other kidney, the work. So here it is. My heart's counting on this too.
You've had an active afternoon.
What is it, detective?
Oh, isn't it obvious, pal?
That's your honor.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor, pal. It's the final, decisive orange piece of evidence.
What? What?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What is
That
happening?
was in that bag. I thought that was his
Stop,
lunch.
you think he's got some Cheetos under there?
Also, where are my weenies?
January 8th, 248 Pum District Court, defendant lobby number 1.
Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab. Oh, I'm gonna take a knee.
The results?
That's about the prints, pal, from this medicine bottle.
Oh,
it
yes.
tasted terrible.
Oh, so do you know who the prints belong to now?
Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective?
Yes.
Of course I know.
So, tell us. They're the tigers, right? I knew it.
You bet.
That was a weird way to tell us that.
I've been running for most of the day. I am very out of breath and dehydrated, clear as crystal, all over the bottle. Oh,
It's a play.
they're Furio Tigres paw prints, all right. Because of the paw.
That is a bad joke, but it's great. Well, we've got him now, Nick.
Huh?
Hey, what is wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick.
I know. I'm sorry. I just really still think it's the weenies. This is kind of hard to say, but really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now.
Huh? What? Why not?
What we need to produce at this stage of the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Mr. Glen Elg's coffee.
You are such a moron sometimes.
He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on the bottle,
Jesus Christ.
that really doesn't make any difference now.
I can make my eyebrows do a caterpillar dance. I know it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use.
Oh, great going, Phoenix. You've given Dick a crisis of confidence.
I just... Oh.
Hey, come on now. Don't be so hard on yourself. Come on.
This was our last...
A little bit hard, but so hard.
It's our last chance to help Maggie, and I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. That's all right, I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal.
Detective Gumshoe.
Maggie!
You've been working on something for me?
Yeah, those weenies. Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective, like Batman. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your way now. Okay, but I'm gonna go.
Detective Gumshoe, wait!
He's gone.
Oh, isn't there anything we can do now, Nick?
Yeah, considering you're a fucking lawyer.
Oh, well, I wish there was, but
Jesus.
I'm not a very good one. So,
Oh my.
Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. Bless him, he got his own fingerprints all over it. Look, if only there was some way I could use it. Anyway, I'm gonna pop it in my little pocket.
January 8th, 304 Pum, District Court, courtroom number 4, baby!
We're back.
Great, I think there's only 3
Right, Scavel, we've returned. We've returned. Surprise. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honour.
I granted you a recess so you can prepare this orange decisive evidence you've discovered.
Yes.
Don't keep us all in suspense, Tract. Show us. Naturally, we can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we?
Phoenix. I know you hate doing this, but come on. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste.
How much more of my time you's gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before. Except the basketball court. But you's lawyers should know how to blow things out of proportion.
No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. I'm expecting a full audio presentation, right? Nevertheless, if that's not what you've got, you can talk us through it.
Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here. Maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, then he'll let his guard down for a bit.
Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright.
All right.
And I'll remind you of how much of your health bar you have left, which is not much.
What should we present, sir?
See it now. Yeah, let's go for the weenies again.
No, not the weenies. You know what? I'll do it. Here it is.
Nice. All right, take that then. This is the defence's final piece of evidence.
Isn't that the victims?
Slam. Your Honour?
That was a sensitive slam.
Naturally, but already aware of the content of them. However, interesting new information has come to light. That also have
He's so excited he's glitching out.
some prints on it. Print. The thing to you, Mr. T. Gray.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you see, he's got you there.
What?
My goodness, what a revelation!
Master
But
of
Mr. Right,
suspense.
But Mr. Right, indeed.
what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information?
Everyone here knows that this bottle contains what it contains, rather, except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the orange dark.
Wait, does the
My
bottle
dark
contain
orange.
a little man?
My prince around that pansy-looking bottle, is that what you saying? But what the hell's in it anyways?
That's right, Phoenix. A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues.
That's the one. Thanks, Gary. And everything about this case has been phony.
That's right.
Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence.
Well, that sounds
got
like a
a phone
violation
on
of
you?
practices, but all right.
Do you have your phone?
No, you can't have it
Mr.
again.
T. Gray, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. You know what I want, Gary.
Why? Because it contains...
Why?
What does it
It
contain?
contains the what we got. The ear medicine. Let's go for
Nope.
that.
It's a swing and a miss.
Potassium cyanide is the ear medicine. This is the potassium cyanide. Also,
Potassium cyanide?
yes. And the poison used to murder Mr. Elg, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. T. Gray, we found your fingerprints. Slam. Well, how do you explain that?
You'd make a good clown, you know that. Yous ain't never gonna get this to stick. Yous just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tigre?
A bluff?
I can see straight through you, Phe Oaks, right?
Phoenix, are you sure you have the strength to continue? I can feel your bandwidth giving away.
That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it.
No, this is the bottle we found traces of poison in.
Don't mess with the tiger, you're gonna get whipped to sweats. The cyanide bottle was brown and it was made of glass. That cheap piece of trash don't look nothing like it.
Fucking whoops!
There we go.
Hey, what the? What?
You made a big whoopsie. Got him at last.
At last?
Yes.
What?
At last.
Why is everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle.
Is this the bottle you're referring to?
Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the cyanide was in. But you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy-looking suit fool you, people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell him, Gatto. Tell the guy where to go.
Can't believe I lost to a guy who presented sausages twice in a case. You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said?
What I said? What did I just say?
You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details.
Got
For
him!
instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in.
Grr?
Slam, but just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison.
Yous don't know who's yous messing with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market.
That's also a thing you can't admit to in this court.
You think I'm gonna let some jumped up swit get the better of me?
No. Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. Sam, but that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you. The biggest phony of all. I don't care if
All right,
I'm
JD
using that
Salinger.
language.
Yeah, turn it down a bit. Oh, it's a rave!
It's gonna be to
He's
space.
going Super Saiyan.
No one told me JD Salinger was gonna be here.
EJG Day Salinger.
What's going on?
It looks like a blackout, sir.
Well, get the electrician back on.
Oh. Well done. Trat.
There's a Cylon.
Wait, now there's a toaster on the stand?
I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you.
And we widen to reveal...
Savor it. While you watch your caged prey.
Oh my god,
Like
he
a
threw...
silly unicorn.
I mean,
But
it's
the
fairly
man got
impressive that he
different
managed
JD
to...
Salinger.
Throw
We
it that
find
man.
my
He
coffee.
threw his coffee at him in the dark.
In the dark as well.
Right. You caught a tiger by his toe. But if this one hollers, he won't be let go. What am I saying? What have you written for me here? The prosecution will be sure to take care of Mr. Tidray, won't you, Mr. Godot?
He's being arrested on suspicion of murder of Glenn L., Your Honor.
Good. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Birthday was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney.
But she is a woman of truth.
Glad you noticed.
Yes, she was.
And in the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake.
He made several mistakes, but indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it hadn't been for this meddling phoenix. And one slip of the tongue. Furio Tidray is truly a frightening criminal.
The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there.
And me.
There you go. Do you need any wet wipes, sir?
Gavel! Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Birthday, not guilty.
Yes, it's another not guilty
Oh,
verdict.
that's nice.
The
That's
streak
great.
continues.
Got my confetti.
Why don't you
Wait,
imagine?
Gavel!
Your stuff.
Gavel, I will have silence. That is all. This court is adjourned.
After party at my place, fellas.
Come on, Daphnis,
Great.
let's do this.
January 8th, 410 Pum, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Mr. Ryan, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Maggie.
I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago. But now I feel like I can forgive him.
Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger.
The Shaggy defense.
Look, Nick, in the doorway.
Right, let's turn my head. Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, well, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal.
But no, wait. Dick, turn round. Come back.
What? Okay, I turned all the way around, and then I had to turn back.
Detective Gumshoe.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's me. Congratulations, Maggie.
Thanks.
No, I knew you were innocent all along.
Why didn't you say that in your testimony then?
Huh? Well, I was. Well, guess I'll be heading off then, Zira.
Wait up, Detective. Oh, shit, he just ran off.
Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. That's a phrase. And it's thanks to him that we've got that medication bottle.
That wasn't even any use.
But
Only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe is just running around in circles.
Yeah, I'm running around this way.
Oh, looks like she still is ready to forgive him.
can you just put in a good word for him, Nick? Just do something right once.
Yeah. You know what, Mayor is right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it, bless him. Maggie.
I'm running around this way now.
Detective Gumshoe, he's been really worried about you for all this.
I wanted to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up.
He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts.
And all cops are bad. All of them.
He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it. Here alone in the dark, in my shapely figure.
I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. I know. I'll give her a little orange present to celebrate her freedom. Where are those weenies? Get the weenies.
Get the weenies.
Like weenies.
The weenies.
She doesn't like weenies.
Take that.
I don't, you know.
Here you are. A present to celebrate your freedom.
That's...
A present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love. Yeah.
He said
What
he
did
was
he say?
worried about you. He said he was worried about you.
Is that
That's
all
what
he said?
That is all he said.
Why, Detective Gumshoe.
I can't believe it was actually the weenies.
I actually really like weenies, you know.
So you're a liar as well? You told us you don't like weenies.
I thought it was unladylike.
I'm pretty hungry as well, but I'm always hungry, so.
Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it? Because of my weenies. Isn't it?
Understatement of the century.
Is it okay if I eat this now?
Yeah, fuck
I'm
it.
not sure why that requires a salute.
I'm not sure why it requires its own splash screen, but apparently here we are.
Maya's very excited about it.
Well, I was going to ask you how they are, but you did tell me you don't like the weenies, so I'm really confused about what to do right now.
Honestly, the amount of sweat I have fallen into them, it changes the savor so much. It's really good. It tastes like my own fear.
Tastes like fear.
It does. It's been marinating for a while.
So, the case of phony versus genuine there.
Comes
The
to an
false
end.
allegations surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start.
Wait, am I gonna bang a cop?
You used to be a cop.
Gross.
Wait, I gave up a pension for this?
Well, you're accused of murder. It's a long story. We don't
I
have
wish
time.
I'd been there. It sounds fascinating.
And that takes us to the end of this week's installment of La Theatre De Phe Nix. But don't go anywhere because we still have to do our digital round of applause. We have finished this case, which is very, very exciting. Please do follow all of our cast on social media. There's all the information there for you. But also, it's a great opportunity for people to get plugs in. So let's start with our leading man, who will be taking most of next week off. I just need him for the first minute of next week.
Fun.
And then you're taking the entire case off.
Oh,
after that.
brilliant.
Excellent. Scott Oswald, our leading man. Phoenix Wright. Any plugs?
Hello. Any plugs? I'm going to plug whatever everyone else is plugging. There we go.
That sounds good. And Primo Maya understudy, M. Kerr as Maya.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hannah, wherever you are, for ruining your character. Plugs. I hadn't thought about this because I wasn't anticipating on getting back in time for from work. Follow me on Twitter and then you can find out stuff.
Fair enough.
And what everybody else is plugging, because I know everybody else is working on online stuff too. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Where would a trial segment be without our illustrious judge, Leo West, as the judge?
Illustrious and lustrous. You can hire me to be a game master for you, whether you like playing Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Cthulhu. Rolldark.co.uk. They're my agency. Go and request me. That's my plug.
Wonderful, wonderful. And as always, playing our prosecutor, who is so smug, you almost drive yourself mad thinking about it. Goddo, Miles Hurley.
Thank you. Double up on the everyone else plugs. Someone else, I imagine, going along is going to be doing the jury games. But those are slamming. Also, Trans Day of Visibility. If you have some money, please give it to mermaids.
Great idea. A wonderful idea. Alex Dowding as the incomparable Furio Tigre. I'm so sorry that this is the last appearance of Furio Tigre, but you've made a hell of an impression.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Plugs. My own Twitter is at Alex G Dowding. I probably should change that to something a bit snappier. Trans Visibility Day, I'm going to echo what Miles said. And if you have any spare cash floating around because you've been stuck at home for a year, shove it to mermaids because they need it.
Lovely.
The trans guys needs it.
Lovely. And of course, where would this company is born on the backs of our two company swings who are here tonight. Company swing number 1, Reese Lawton, this time playing Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, don't worry, it gets easier to ruin other people's characters every time. By all means, follow everyone else, employ Leo, and also 2 other ones. Gendered Intelligence is quite good for Trans Day of Visibility. They're very, very good people. I would also say, in the light of the Sewell case that just came out, the Sewell report that came out today, if you get a chance, look up the Runnymede Trust as well, who are doing some really good work in terms of highlighting the fact that Britain is indeed institutionally racist. Definitely give them, the Runnymede Trust and Gendered Intelligence. But yes, donate responsibly and look after yourselves because you're wonderful people.
Awesome. And of course, company swing number A, Sarah Griffin, taking the role of Maggie Bird.
Had I known who or what she was, I would have done something different, but I didn't, so I regret nothing. on this Trans Day of Visibility. Witness me. My Twitter is at the Sarah Griffin. My website, www.thesarahgriffin.com. And yeah, Jury Games, I would like to echo, of course, the political sentiments of everybody in the cast thus far, because yes, people who aren't us need money too, and they should have it. Please donate responsibly, and do look after yourselves.
Yes, and all that's left to do is to do my quick plugs. With that in mind, I am doing yet another, because clearly I'm not sick of it yet another 12-hour live stream event for charity. I'm going head-to-head against my Twitch nemesis, Tom Crosby. That's on Sunday, the 18th of April, noon till midnight. And we are raising money for Sisters Uncut, which is an intersectional feminist organization that has been at the heart of the Kill the Bill protests and the protests against the Metropolitan Police and the Sarah Everard Vigil in Clapham, which went south, not because of them, because of the fucking cops. And let's never forget that. And so please do drop me a follow if you haven't. Please do stay tuned for that. I am currently at 69 subscribers, and I'd like to keep it that way. But I am at 401 followers. So if I could get like 19 more follows, that would really be the sweet spot for me. So if you haven't followed, please do drop me a follow. I would really appreciate it. I stream regularly throughout the week. You can keep an eye on my stream schedule. You can also keep an eye on my stream schedule through Discord. People are sharing wholesome memes and lip syncs and other fun things. If you join the Good Vibe Zone, or the Halls of Chasgard, as I'm calling it in private. Usually I stream on a Thursday with something called Fitness Thursdays. However, there is no Fitness Thursdays tomorrow, as I have other work that I need to be doing. But I will try and squeeze in a bonus stream tomorrow evening to make up for it. Working out what I'm going to do on that bonus stream. I've just been paid from work, and I'm tempted to buy a lot of games. But I should pick one game that I want to buy. But there's so many of them. They're all so tempting.
I've just bought Evil Genius 2 that came out.
Yes, I'm very tempted to buy Evil Genius 2, but then I noticed that there is a Steam sale currently, and I can get the deluxe edition of Civilization 6, which is usually worth £120 for £35.
Oh, dude, you buy Civ 6, I'll play Civ 6 with you online.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I love Civ 6.
Yeah, I need to... But also Dead by Daylight's on set. Anyway, it's a discussion for another stream. Regardless, thank you so much. Keep in mind you can catch up on previous episodes of Theatre De Phe Nix on YouTube. We are a couple of episodes behind at the moment, but I will be uploading them. Please do watch them. It is beautiful chaos. We will be back next week with a flashback case. The earliest case in the entire Phoenix Wright timeline is happening next week. But until then, on behalf of all of the cast here at Theatre De Phe Nix, we wish you a very pleasant evening. But stay on the line. I think we're going to raid someone. Who are we going to raid? Who is on right now? Thank you for wearing your formal hat. Molly May is on, so let's raid Molly May. And the raid message is, I've just come from the theatre. In however phonetic a spelling you want to go with. Other than that, we will see you later. Have a wonderful evening. Ta-ra for now.